All right, and just a short slate today on Monday, and the game's really delivered, in my opinion. I can't wait for tomorrow, and it's not even that big of a slate tomorrow. It's I think 29 games, and I am super excited. I love this game here. This shout out to Stack. Enjoy the show. Great content. I'm up late to watch live on the East Coast. Appreciate you, man, and appreciate you tuning in. You know, it's always cool when you have the people that are tuning in for the first time. Maybe you've been listening to the pod for years. We're grateful. But the Johnnies are heading to DC to take on the Hoyas. Davion Smith not playing, something that should be noted for this game for the Johnnies, for the Red Storm, as they say these days. I'm still on St. John's. Here's my angle here. I was just on VSiN talking about this.
Week off.
Not only that, Georgetown's got that quick turnaround over that was a very emotional game. And you could tell from the Hoyas players, they wanted to get up for their coach. And that's why I believe Georgetown is they're on the right path back to glory, because they're young and they were up double digits in the first half. Mm-hmm. I could tell that I could see the emotions. They wanted this one for their coach. It didn't work out for them. But a quick turnaround against one of the top defensive teams in the country, let alone a great offense or a great rebounding team just in general. I don't know how packed this will be. I would like to think that the city that I was born in.
Yeah. The Juices question. It is the Capital One Arena. It's the bigger one.
I would like to think the city I was born in would represent a little bit better, but I don't know that it will be. And I just think Rick Pitino, 2 days rest after an emotional game, I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna lay the number with the Hoyas and I'm gonna lock it up. Lay the 4.5. Mac?
Yeah, I think this is the difference between a Big East contender, St. John's right there. Got to keep pace with Marquette. Georgetown's still trying to figure out how to win these top tier games. I'll lock it with you. Pitino makes some adjustments, seeing Sorber the second time around. That St. John's did not play well against Georgetown at the Garden. They were lucky to win that game. I think Pitino gets them going here. Coming off that Xavier game, they didn't play well either. So Johnny's role with preparation time. Let's go.
And I know some will say the Johnnies have won 6 in a row. This will be 7 in a row if it goes accurately the way I think it will. When are they going to fall apart? Well, they get Shaka Smart on February 4th, I believe, at the Garden. And they also get Hurley at UConn. I forget which venue. After that, I think that'll be the big moments for St. John's to perhaps fall. Double lock on these Johnnies. Let's go. Bieniek, you're not here? Next up, we're going to DeKalb. We're Zippy in the Akron Zips. Akron, not Akron. Akron has won 7 straight. Said Rick Pitino. Get the fuck out of here, man. They're laying, I see 15.5 now. Ugh. They only won by 7 the last time they played.
Yeah.
Give me the points. No bet. What are you doing here?
I definitely think if Northern Illinois wasn't off the win, I would be all over them. Because the spot's horrible for Akron. They just won. They won the big game against Miami of Ohio by 30. Yeah. They got Kent on deck. Kent's the big rival. They fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Northern Illinois definitely the side, but
don't bet this game.
Yeah, I'm good.
Northern Illinois is so bad. Akron's still win by 40. We got a NIU money line play going on here. There we go.
Let's go.
Nenad. I love it. Best wishes on that becoming true. Next up. Bieniek, we're going back to the well.
Yes, we are. I actually, Cocktail Napkin loves today's slate, and there's quite a few MAC plays on it. The last game was not one of my bets, but I have multiple MAC plays. This is one of them. Double digits against the new Eagles team? Come on.
And I get it. Like Travis Lexington Steele's turned a corner. They're playing much better, and they just got drilled. So you're thinking great rebound opportunity for them, but at the same time, like I just think Eastern Michigan has kind of proven to us now that they were point shaving. They won at Bowling Green, which I know Bowling Green's not great, but still the way that they were playing before, they would never win at Bowling Green. Then they win against Ohio, and then they cover against Buffalo. I'm taking the 10.5, and I'll be honest, I'm probably going to sprinkle this plus 400 on the money line right after the show.
Yeah, this could go one of both ways. Like you said, a little bit of a dream crusher with Miami of Ohio getting drilled by Akron. I think it could turn into 2 losses, to be honest. Give me Eastern Michigan. Lock it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that Georgetown.
This is a triple. This is a triple lock right here.
Brothers doing battle on the hardwood. They get murdered like that and might carry over to the next one, just like Georgetown.
This is a fucking rigged team.
Triple lock on the Eagles. Fly. Let's go. All right. Central Michigan's heading to Buffalo, New York, Mac. I'm seeing this at 7.5 now. I made the slide about an hour and a half ago. Mac.
By the way, what the hell, Mac? You have not Mac as in Ryan McIntyre, Mac as in Mid-American Conference. They've got like 5 or 6 games tipping off at 7 Eastern tomorrow.
They do that every week. Tuesday.
How are they so smart in football by dividing the? Well, actually, they do fuck this up in football too. They'll play 2 or 3 at the same. They'll be like, "Hey, we're going to give you 2 awesome games kicking off at 7:00 Eastern, and the second game at 7:30." Matt Commissioner, call 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE.
Why won't they play at 5:00? Nobody goes to these fucking goddamn games.
I was actually thinking about this though. So I bet Western Michigan the other day. It was the toilet bowl where they threw the toilet paper all over the fucking court. This is Central Michigan looked great that game. I ate a pile of shit on the Broncos. Is this just kind of that sleepy spot where we should load up on Buffalo? 7.5 I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing 7.5 right now. Buffalo won the last time they played. Earlier, it wasn't earlier this year. It was January 2nd. Yeah. Give me the Bulls. You can talk me into a lock, but
I've seen this team. They just quit at the end of games. Fucking Buffalo. They're fucking. What was the last time they covered? I guess against Western Michigan. Western Michigan just loses everybody. I'm gonna take Buffalo. No bet.
All right. You didn't convince me to bet, so I'll just stay as a pick.
Blue Bulls.
Yeah, the Blue Bulls are tough. Toledo, Ohio. This game's awesome. The line's dropped 0.5 point since the slide's made. Ohio's laying 2.5. I will watch every second of this fucking game. This was a 2-point game the last time they played a year ago. So the Bobcats are 8-0 at home.
Mm-hmm.
Toledo, it's been kind of a Bieniek, you're a Rocket fan here, but I believe it's kind of been a disappointing season thus far.
Disappointing, or just hasn't lived up to the expectation.
Yeah, but you also are catching. It's just an interesting spot because you're catching Ohio off of the Kent State win.
Yeah, and they're banged up.
But Toledo off of the I-75 win too.
That's true. That is true. This game is fascinating to me. 2.5 is the line. Give me Ohio minus the 2.5, but I don't think I'm going to bet it. Yeah, 16.
Julio's got my angle here. Ohio has lost just 1 game. I think they are undefeated at home this year.
8-0. 8-0 this year. He's maybe last year they're 8-0. I don't remember.
Yeah, they're undefeated at home this year, and
it does sound good.
How many goddamn games did played, Julio?
Yeah.
They only have 11 wins this season. No, I do think Ohio defends home court here. I don't think Toledo's as good as they've been in years past. Second road game in a row, and the first one was Bowling Green, their biggest rival. I'll take the Bobcats and I'll lock it up. Cocktail Napkins got it at
Woo!
6.
Ooh, man.
Whew, I didn't see that one coming. I thought he was just talking good action basketball. 2.5.
Give me them Rockets. I'll lock battle you. I think the Rockets are going to win this game. Ohio fortunate to win that Kent State game. Let's go Rockets.
All of a sudden, Mac is betting the team that I picked to win the conference, and I'm betting the team that Mac picked to win the conference.
Got to buy him at the low peak, baby.
How about that?
Let's go Rockets.
Ooh. I'm going to stay away because I think it stinks a tiny bit. Tiny bit. Shout out to Daniel Jackson. This is the best sports podcast, period. Appreciate you, Daniel. If you don't mind, next time you take a shit in public, if you could write our subscribe to the college basketball experience on that, just bring a permanent marker with you at all times. But
also, if you want a Patty C tuck job too, by the way, 2 games ago, from Toledo's point of view, they lost by 19 to that same Kent State team that Ohio just beat.
No, I feel like Bieniek's on the right side. Because I just don't trust Toledo on the road. I feel like Bieniek's on the right side, but is it a little stinky? It's a little stinky to me. Maybe that's the injuries. Maybe that's the injuries bringing it down a little bit.
The Rockets have ran this league. I mean, they're still 5-2 in the MAC. They're still 5. They're both 5-2 in the MAC. Like I think we're overreacting to them getting drilled 1 game by Kent. I think Toledo gets back in this race tomorrow. Coach K. The real Coach K. We
got a battle. Mac on these Rockets. Bieniek on these Bobcats. Shout out
this
to
isn't. This isn't just a 1-game thing against Kent, though, Mac. This is a Toledo team for like the first time in my lifetime got murdered by Oakland. They lost by 30 to the Golden Grizzlies. So. Yeah, I don't know.
Shout out to Eric Nolte, who says he agrees, Daniel. Love the live shows and the incorporation of the chat makes me feel included. Hey, well, that's part of the fun of this. You know, it's like it's the thing. I think I talk about this often, mainly on the football show. I feel like, but like, college football and college basketball is all of ours. It's America's. You know what I mean? Like, and I when I see Greg Sankey and Tony Petitti working up shit to, take this thing elsewhere, it drives me up a fucking wall. You know what I mean? I'll talk to myself about this walking my dog, saying, "What the fuck they doing? They fucking are you really trying to threaten us? Are you really trying to fucking pipe bomb?" No, I'm joking. But no, I honestly, I mean, this is part of, to me, what makes college sports the best. Is like, it could be big city, like the UCLA USC game today. It could be small. It could be, a High Point game or wherever. It's ours, and they can't take it. All right, they can't fucking take it. You agree, Mac?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why we fucking went at all those people for the court storm last year.
Yeah.
Oh, so can't do. It's like, shut the fuck up. Who are you?
It's under attack, man. All right. I know you guys think I'm just sitting over here creating fake enemies, but it's under attack. Fucking Big Ten SEC might split off. Fuck off. Go the fuck out of here. We'll replace you with Oakland. All right. Let's go. Fair State will come up. We don't need you, Michigan. All right. Sorry, Bieniek. I know you're at the game. Don't worry. They still serve that shitty water you've been drinking.
Music maker with speaking facts, saying like, if Muddy Waters is your dog, he's telling you, shut the fuck up. Let me shit in peace.
It's true. Muddy Waters over here. He hasn't vomited tonight or dry heaved. I feel like we're on a good one tonight.
Might want to knock on wood on that one, the way that's been going, but I'm pulling for you, Muddy.
La Cosa Nostra right here. This thing of ours, Darius. Let's go. This is ours, man. All right. And people don't realize that shit. Long before the NFL and NBA, there was college football and college basketball happening. All right. These fucking idiots don't even realize. They think the NFL, no. College sports started this shit. It's ours. Don't fuck with it. Stop trying to make it a pro model. This is ours. I want Houston Christian in the same goddamn subdivision as LSU or whoever. This is ours. Don't threaten it. Come at me, Petiti. I'm a man. I'm 42. I don't know what I'm talking about. I like to just scream. Someone said that earlier. I got like a shitty comment in the YouTube. All that Dundee guy does is scream. He's a fucking terrible person.
Why?
I just responded laughing. What's up, Bieniek? I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy. Providence.
Oh, we gotta lock this.
Is laying 3.5. I'm with you, even though I did declare them the next Miami. Seton Hall after Patino's comments. Clark. I'm with you though. You just you gotta lock this.
Well, and they just played a couple weeks ago, and it was a tight game. I mean, Seton Hall covered. I think Seton Hall wins outright. This is typical Kim English right here. He'll lay an egg here.
I mean, it's such an emotional win.
Yeah,
I mean,
off the Cooley game. Yeah,
let's go. And then you're going to Newark.
Yeah, fuck that.
Let's go. Double lock. Seton Hall Pirates. Yes, Cannabis Capper money line. Let's go. Ryan Kramer. Shout out to Ryan Kramer, my good buddy, great friend of mine, from the Sports Gambling Podcast, and he's in Vegas this past week. They go every week on their show on VSiN. Check it out, Friday nights, Sports Gambling Podcast. And he messaged me saying, "How come you haven't told me about Marcus Johnson, who is essentially DJ Burns 2.0. Actually,
welcome to college basketball season."
Yeah. And I said, "Well, dude, I mean, we had been talking about this guy. I remember on opening night.
Yeah,
we were talking about his game being
somebody made one of those viral like highlight videos of Marcus Johnson, and he blew up opening night.
Yeah. I mean, Marcus Johnson, who leads the team in scoring, he's a complete beast. He's basically like a mixture of DJ Burns and Big Baby Davis, but he's got a nasty three ball though. He can hit the three too. Him and his Bowling Green Falcons are heading into Kent, Ohio. Bowling Green has not. I'll be honest. I thought Bowling Green would be a little better this year. Yeah, I thought they'd be a little bit better this year. They still only. They've had moments where they've popped up. Now, Kent State only lost to Ohio by 2 the other day. Previously, they had knocked off Max Toledo Rockets by 21. I'm a bit surprised that the number is this steep in Maction. 12.5 against a Bowling Green team that 7-12. I get it. Bowling Green has been a disappointment. But 12.5 for a team that has shown flashes to me of looking all right. Do you think this number is accurate, or do you think Bowling Green still beat New Mexico State? I know New Mexico State's been losing for us lately, but they were in some games. The Michigan State game, I thought they fared pretty well earlier in the year. I'm
betting Bowling Green.
That's what I was thinking. Just in Maction, 12.5 is like 1,000.
They've lost 3 in a row. They're trying to right the ship as well. I think both teams really need a win here. Give me Bowling Green plus the 12.5.
I'm with you. Double lock. Falcons fly.
Can't win by 6.
Yeah. Next up, we are going to Tampa, Florida, where these Rice Owls, who are catching 4.5 in Tampa against these Bulls. Wrong team favored. No bet though. when you talk about how the AAC can be boring at times, why? Yeah. See, this is
a snooze fest.
Hold on. This is a great way to explain this to me and why regionality matters in college sports. We just talked about a Bowling Green Kent State game and a Toledo Ohio game, which those games seem awesome because they have been competing against each other in recruiting battles for like 100 fucking years, right? More than 100 years, I bet. Rice in South Florida, part of why it's a snooze fest is because there's no animosity.
Not even close.
Yeah, like the schools truly give one fuck that South Florida is on the schedule or Rice is on the schedule. And it'll reflect it tomorrow when there's 17 people at this game. Perfect example of a bullshit sketch. Like Rice should be playing. They used to be in the. They should be in the Southland. Honestly, they should be in the Southland. I'll take them though. I do think they're better than South Florida, but it could be a get up spot for South Florida. What are you doing here?
I'll take Rice. No bet. This fucking game's awful.
Yeah. Moving along. Wake Forest is heading into Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville laying 7.5 points. I'm going to lock up the Cards minus 7.5. I know Wake's off the loss. I know Louisville's won 9 straight, but this ain't the game. I got the game circled. Right? This ain't the one. Wake's coming off the Duke game. That's all hands on deck. Right? This is a great spot for Louisville. Louisville's red hot and for a good reason. Their guard play has been fantastic. They're rebounding the ball well. They're shooting the 3 ball really well. I love the Cards to win by. I think they're going to win by double digits tomorrow. Mac?
First battle. Give me Wake. Louisville, won 10 in a row now? They had a week off.
No, not 9 in a row.
9 in a row? Going for 10 in a row. They had a week off. Everybody telling them how good they are. Wake off a loss here. They got to get a bubble win here too. I mean, this is a desperate spot for Wake once again. So give me Wake. They lose by 3. 1 possession game.
Bieniek, I see you're here.
Yeah, I'm on Team Colby on this one. Fade the tights. The tights are returning to the Yum Center. Tyler Johnson, he was the one that complained about the not the right tights with Kenny Payne last year.
Yes.
But no, I think Louisville is the better team this year. Cocktail Napkins got a minus 11. Wake Forest, just played what was it? North Carolina and Duke back to back. I think this is like Louisville gets them on like their third give it all you got game in a row. I like the Cards.
Let's go. Bieniek, Dundee with the Cards. Mac with these deeks. Shout out to Pluralizes Everything saying clowns. There we go. Fuck you too, buddy. You gotta have fun. You know what I mean? Bieniek tried not to highlight that one. He tried to hide it from me. You gotta watch Bieniek. He tries to hide these ones.
I still can't even find it.
He knows I'm gonna go on a tangent, start talking.
There it is.
And he tries to fucking hide these ones from me. Speaking of locks. Now, the only problem here is this is at 9.5 now. Kentucky is heading into Knoxville, 2nd tier rivalry game, but it's still kind of a rivalry game. Because I believe in this one, I will be honest though. I placed a wager right after the SGP show earlier today, about 4 hours ago or 6 hours ago, whatever the fuck it was, at 8.5. I think Tennessee wins by double digits tomorrow. So I am going to lock up Tennessee minus the points. Mac?
We have another battle. Give me the Cats off back-to-back losses. Tennessee played a hard-ass game on the road late in primetime. I think we get a classic here. I think Kentucky's live to win the game. Spread out and make some shots. Let's go Cats. Big blue.
This was the most obvious. I was looking at the card earlier. I said Mac's going to take Kentucky. This was the most obvious Mac play.
Oh yeah, let's go. There you go, Big Blue Nation.
Yeah, I mean, for the show's sake, it's 9.5 right now. I still feel decent about that. But don't be surprised tomorrow if they win by 9. If I'm fucking happy because I've already placed the fucking wager. Battle in Knoxville. Dundee on the ball. Mac on the Wildcats. All right. Next, we got a thriller in Muncie. What? You're here?
Hi, guys.
Western Michigan is in Muncie. This is at 4.5. I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
Ball State's laying 4.5 in Muncie against Western Michigan.
Oh God.
I tend to look. I maybe I overvalued Western Michigan after the couple times I watched them. Guilty as charged. I can't do it, guys. Give me Ball State minus the points. And no, I'm not touching this game. Mac, what are you doing here?
Give me Western Michigan. No bet. I mean, I don't have a strong feel. No, where are you going? What are you locking the total here?
No, I'm locking up Ball State. I like Ball
It's not
State.
stinky though, right? It's stinky, right?
Maybe. I like Ball State off the embarrassing loss to Northern Illinois there. And
But wait, Western had an embarrassing loss to Central by 21.
rivalry game, yeah. And
Even more embarrassing.
Second straight road game for the Broncos. That's part of the fade there. But Ball State, 3-point shooting team, top 100. Western Michigan struggles to defend it, and they let their opponents shoot a lot of them, top 75 in the country on that. So I think Ball State has a bounce back day offensively. They only scored 66 points against the Huskies there. And I like Ball State in this matchup.
Bieniek said, "Come fly with the Cards. Get Muncie out in the middle of nowhere." Love that lock, Bieniek. Didn't expect that one.
Neither did I.
Yeah. South Carolina is in Athens, Georgia. This line has come down 0.5 point. They're catching 7.5 now. I'm going to take the points, no bet, because for some reason I feel like Georgia could actually blow them out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bet this though, because South Carolina's proved to me that they're gutsy. Like their performance at Vandy, and who was it? Somewhere else. Was it Mizzou? I can't remember. I think
Mississippi State.
Wait, they got drilled that game though. I lost that wager.
Is this when South Carolina just gets fucking drilled in? I mean, they've had their heartbroken back-to-back home games. I kind of think it's like the Oklahoma game. I'm gonna lock up Georgia. Georgia's lost 4 in a row, coming back home, licking their chops here, I think.
They just played Mississippi State and then went to overtime, Colby.
Oh, I meant on the road though, because they got drilled at
Gotcha.
Mississippi
Yes,
State.
yes.
Yeah.
I kind of think the Gamecocks are going to get drilled here.
I'm gonna stay away though. They proved to me that they're a little bit better than I think what the market suggests of them. Moneyline Mac is locking up the dogs.
Dogs are good at home.
Laying 7.5. Moving on to the next one, the Screaming Eagles. Taking on the Eagles of Morehead State. Do you prefer the Screamers, Bieniek?
Well, I don't get the break man cold, but they're counting down 7-6-5.
I see you in here, buddy.
Yeah, I prefer the regular Eagles, not the screaming ones. So I'm locking up Morehead State here. Cocktail Napkins got this one at 9. Morehead State coming back home after 2 straight road games. They lost the second leg there against Edwardsville. Not a bad loss. I think Morehead State's still the best team in this league. I'll take the Eagles in a bounce back here.
But
This line's
Screaming
dropped
Eagles-
a little bit too. It's 6.5 for what it's worth.
Screaming Eagles been playing pretty good ball lately.
I'm gonna battle this.
I think I'm going to battle it too. I just think Morehead got a gift today when Little Rock went down to get him. I think it's a little bit of a letdown here.
This is the Screamers' 3rd straight road game. That's also part of the handicap for me.
OVC.
Scream on. All right. We got a battle. Dundee and Mac with the Screaming Eagles of Southern Indiana. Bieniek on Morehead State. Morehead better than less head.
We got to get our revenge from New Year's Eve when they lost to Morehead by fucking 2. We should have won that game.
Oh yeah. VCU is heading to St. Louis. VCU's laying 6.5.
Let's lock it.
I'm gonna lock up St. Louis plus 6.5. Sprinkle the money line here. Double lock.
Yeah, I'm all over St. Louis. They've already seen VCU. Game got away from them in the second half. But now they get them at home, coming off a loss. And VCU is what? Won 6 in a row here. I think that this is a spot they get picked off. Let's go Billikens at home.
Double lock on these Billikens. Next up, the Salukis are heading to Valparaiso, Indiana. Man, I'm tempted to bet Valpo here. I am fucking tempted. So what? The Salukis just won a rivalry game.
Yeah,
I'm taking Valpo regardless, but I kind of think it's a letdown spot.
Valpo's come back to the pack a little bit here. Give me the screaming, or give me a Southern Illinois. No bet though.
I'll take Valpo.
Buying into Nagy. I think they're buying into Nagy.
I will buy into this. How has this line not moved? How has this not moved? Here's what I'm terrified of, Mac.
That was a dream crusher. Double overtime game.
Well, they won by 50 the first time they played. 51, I believe, in Orlando. We were on that game. Me and you took Kansas. I think Bieniek maybe as well. And the line is 13.5 after a home loss. They never lose, back-to-back home games, or even like have close back-to-back home games against, the likes of a UCF quality team. And I'm not shitting on UCF. I'm just saying they're far away from home. I did VSiN today. I did Sports Grid today. I did the sports gambling podcast today.
Yeah.
Every fucking person said number one lock, the Kansas Jayhawks minus 13.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't say I disagree with them. They won by 51 the first time. They're coming off a loss. But am I terrified of this one? Oh, 100%. I could see Kansas winning by 12. What are you doing here?
I'm locking UCF. UCF is physical. I don't know what the fuck happened the first game, but remember, last year they played Dickinson. They fucked with him and they beat them at the bounce house. They've covered at Arizona. They've covered at Arizona State. They were covering for a lot of the Iowa State game. It got away late. I think UCF's going to hang in there and lose by 7. I think everybody just thinks that Kansas is going to bounce back. There's something wrong there. They have never lost a game like that.
How has this line not moved? This is part of my angle too.
I don't think it's going to move. UCF's the right side.
But you would think if everybody is on Kansas, the line would move.
Not if they know it's going to be a tight game.
I'm going to take Kansas. No lock.
Colby, Perk Herbstreet saying no gold slide for UCF.
That's only when it's in Orlando. Only when it's in Orlando. If you're real sharp, you would know that it's only the UCF home games that I do that. I have a system over here, and no one notices. But any road game.
Let me ask you this too: at the Fog, who is Kansas really drilled? K-State, they played with their food. Arizona State, they were fucking losing at halftime. They lost to West Virginia with one player. This is a reputation line for Kansas.
I mean, they beat them by 51 though in Orlando.
Yeah, so I don't think that I don't think they're licking their chops to beat the shit out of them again. They're like, oh, we're gonna beat UTF by 1,000 again.
For what it's worth, I don't know if this helps or hurts, but the Napkins got this at 13.
I think Johnny Dawkins, baby.
That's a cover, and Vegas gets rich on those things.
Yeah. Kansas by 8.
I mean, Vegas doesn't get rich on certain covers, but you know what I mean. The betting splits, I can only imagine. I don't have them in front of me.
Yeah. They'll get rich on this cover on a Tuesday night when there's no football.
Well, especially when everybody I'm listening
Kansas.
to.
It's the old Kansas.
59% of the bets on Kansas.
Shit,
Says Eric.
76.
You don't want to be looking at the bet splits to find out like the public yet. You want to look closer to game time for public, which side everybody's on.
I don't need
everybody betting like now is like people that have watched basketball for most of the year.
I don't need bet splits to tell you Kansas is going to be public as fuck tomorrow.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. The whole chat is fucking saying Kansas by 20, Kansas by 30.
I'm just like, picking it. That's why I'm not locking it. Or I don't think I'm going to lock it unless this thing moves. If this moves, I will lock this.
What's UCF's first half money line?
I don't have that.
Come out a little flat tomorrow, a little deflated. Rally in the second half.
Next up.
You can play the music. I'm locking the shit out of you.
I'm sorry. Moneyline Mag locking up the very golden Knights of Central Florida University. Dayton.
You'll get that first half line in the morning, Mac.
Let's go.
Dayton is heading to Bonaventure, New York. Take on these Bonnies. Dayton's laying 2.5. I'm just gonna say this is Duquesne all over again. Give me Dayton minus 2.5. Lock it up. What are you doing here?
We're gonna battle again. I'm going back to the Bonnies here. Bonnies at home, losers of 3 in a row. That game was dressed up on Friday. They actually played well at VCU, in my opinion. Dayton, I still think is inconsistent. I mean, they blew a 20-point lead and barely hung on against St. Joe's at home. I think they have issues just like Kansas has issues.
Part of my angle, though, that I feel like is the physicality that Dayton plays with always fucks with the Bonnies. Dayton has won, 8 of 9. Actually, damn. Look at this, dude. They've won 16 of 18 against the Bonnies. Something about the way Dayton plays, the way they play, fucks with the Bonnies because they're kind of a finesse team. That's my angle.
Bonnies have covered last 2 at home. They've been bad on the road at Dayton.
Yeah, but to cover this one, it's 2.5. You know, I mean,
I think they're going to pick them. It's more I'm selling Dayton. I don't think Dayton's very good. There's something wrong there.
I don't think the Bonnies are very good. See you on the gridiron.
Yeah. Trusted the bill.
Right.
Still Bonnies.
We got a battle.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
Dundee saying fly on. Max saying give me the Bonnies. All right. Ooh, Monty Pritchett saying you can find 1.5 for these Dayton Flyers offshore. MyBookie.ag, let's go. Yeah, 1.5 on FanDuel. Okay, I'll take that. Noted. For the show, for the battle, I'm on 1.5. You could take 2.5, Mac. Maybe we can middle this thing. Yeah.
There is a 2.5 and there is a 1.5. Shop around. You know,
yeah.
The lines
Always
do
shop
move,
around,
guys. I get a kick. You're like you're giving out fake lines. No, the lines do move.
Yeah. You can like this. I built these slides. We started the show at 1:30. These slides were done at like 12:40.
Yeah.
And you're getting already this much movement. Minnesota is in East Lansing taking on Michigan State. 13.5, that magical number.
Yeah.
I can be talked into a lock here. I'm taking Minnesota. I think that this is going to be like a 10-point game. Michigan State's got the trip out to Los Angeles on deck. Take on both UCLA and USC. The Gophers have been playing better. Sparty's won like 1,000 games in a row. I think everyone's going to be on Sparty.
Yep.
Should we bet the Gophers?
I think so. I think they're fighting. I think Ben Johnson has found something with this team. I mean, they won the 2 big home games, and they didn't have the letdown after the Michigan game. They went to Iowa and won. Sparty's fucking covered every game and won every game since Thanksgiving. They got LA on deck. Yeah, Sparty wins by 9, just like that one Penn State game where we took Penn State in the points.
Yeah.
I think it's like that.
Yeah.
I think the Gophers hang in here. Let's go.
Double lock on these Gophers. Always liked how relaxed this Gopher was. Sitting back on that M like he doesn't have a worry in the world. He knows the barn will always be packed, and they'll be storming. Monty Pritchett does bring up a great point, and I think it's something we've talked about on this very show. Sparty still undervalued for the championship odds at plus 3,500. Minus 115 to win the Big Ten, and plus 700 to make the Final Four. Plus 700 to make the Final Four. Monty, where are you seeing the plus 700? I was looking before.
I'll rain on the parade a little bit. They don't shoot well enough to win 6 games in a row, in my opinion.
You're also a Michigan fan, so Tom Izzo.
The stats don't lie. They're 347th out of 364 teams in shooting the 3 ball.
Yeah, they're 17-2.
Yeah,
I know.
What do the stats tell you on that?
They're fucking running the shit back to old school, baby. Fuck you.
Look at the schedule that they play.
What, are you saying the schedule's been trash?
It could be better. They're going to be in a gauntlet from after this Minnesota game until the end of the year.
What is their best win right now?
They opened pretty
Illinois?
soft in the Big Ten. Yeah, Illinois is a great win.
Yeah.
But they opened pretty soft, and then they lost the 2 other games that I think
they drilled them at the barn too. So it's another revenge game. When you think Sparty, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we got Minnesota. We already drilled them at their place." Sleepy spot for Sparty coming off the Garden.
Bieniek, are you locking Minnesota with us?
No, I was just coming in to give my thoughts on Monty. I think it's a great price. Do I think
it's worth the sprinkle?
Do I think it happens? No. And if you're willing to buy yourself out of it at certain spots and try to make a profit, I think it's well worth it. But yeah.
I mean, how can you say that right now? You don't even have a bracket in front of you. How can he be so definitive? And like, do I think it's going to happen? No. I would say there's certainly one of the teams you feel good about.
Do you think St. John's can win it all?
I do.
Because they can't make a jump shot either.
I got the same concerns about St. John's.
Hold on. I think St. John's to the Final Four. I actually mentioned these two on the one of the shows I did today. I can't fucking remember. Sports Gambling Podcast. I said I like I think it was Sports Gambling Podcast show that I did was Johnny's and Michigan State to make the Final Four are at great values.
Johnny's 327th. In 3-point shooting.
Yeah, they can't make a shot either.
They're the exact same team. Like both of them have played so good. And St. John's, same thing. Weak-ish Big East opening. They still play UConn twice. They still play Marquette twice coming up.
Here's the problem with your argument. Who are the coaches of those 2 teams? When are
they're great coaches.
Basketball?
I'm not arguing that.
Izzo and Pitino are going to have their guys playing the best in March. They're usually not playing well right now, so I kind of think they'll take it on the chin a week or 2 here, but then they'll peak in March like they always do.
What seed do you think they finish with, both Johnny's and Michigan State?
I think Sparty is the more interesting one on where they finish. I think St. John's. I feel pretty good, and you know me, I'm a slick Rick guy though. I think they're gonna. I think they're the best team in the Big East. I do, without hesitation. I think they're the best team in the Big East.
They both will probably be 2 or 3 seeds.
Michigan State, I think the jury's still out as to a certain extent within the Big Ten if they're the best. I mean, obviously the jury's still out on St. John's. It's just I feel more confident in them.
I like
the Big East. Yeah. Let's go to Hinkle. What?
Doesn't Butler always fuck with Marquette?
But dude, the line has changed a lot. I just did so. The
Marquette's
reason why
got UConn next.
Look, I hate to sound like the fucking guy that caught all the great numbers here. But I did the SGP show. I did the VEASAN show. The reason why I wasn't on the beginning of this show is we were talking college hoops on VEASAN, and this line has moved a 1.5 within this show. So this is, we're at an hour and 45 minutes. I joined in 20, 30 minutes into the show.
Yeah.
In an hour and a half, this thing's moved a 1.5. I still think I think Butler is kind of like South Carolina of the Big East.
Yeah.
I
Especially at home.
I got a better number than this, but I still think you should take Butler. I think Butler is live to win this fucking thing. You with me?
Yeah, you know me, man. I Marquette's actually covered a couple bigger numbers here. Now that's rare for Shaka. I think Butler. I actually think they're going to start picking off some teams. They've shown a little bit of life. They're going to finish probably around 500. Go to the NIT. Yeah, give me Butler here. Let's go. I think they're live to win the game outright.
Yeah, let's go. Give me them dogs. Double lock. Hinkle Fieldhouse. Go if you get the chance. Great.
I think we lit.
Yeah. Next up, America's well now. If you dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE, we do call this team America's team. Fresno State is catching 8.5 in Laramie.
Oh God.
Fresno State must watch TV in my opinion. Must watch TV. They almost won. Now they have been at elevation. If you're not familiar, folks, I've done this drive from Fort Collins to Laramie. It's only about 45 minutes or an hour. And Laramie's at
home.
I'm sorry?
They played them at home on Saturday.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, that changes my handicap. Give me Wyoming. That's the highest. That's the highest elevation. That's the highest elevation in all of college basketball. No lock. Give me Wyoming though.
I'm with you. I'll lay it with Wyoming. I don't think I'm going to bet this one, even though I could see Wyoming winning by like 30 with Sundance, Wicks, and company.
I can tell you this. I'm watching every second of this.
This is Fresno.
Fresno, the
It's
most interesting
to
team.
bet just because they could literally lose by 30.
They could also win by fucking 20. Like, but I do think them losing by 30 is more probable than them winning by 20. Hilarious game. Air Force. We got to bet Air Force, dude. I know they suck. I know they suck.
This line smells so bad, and I don't. Colby's jumping in because of it, but New Mexico's next for Colorado State. Otherwise, I would.
Not only that, the elevation is normally a real X factor.
True.
Like I think I bet this exact game a year ago, and I think Air Force covered.
Yeah.
I think I bet this exact game.
Yep.
A year ago, and they covered.
They lost by 9. It's a 15 and a half point favorite. Yeah.
Let's go back to the well. This is one where I feel like they not only phone it in. I'm saying if Colorado State's up big, they lay off. I think there's also the mutual respect thing. So I think they play that out, man. And give me the points. Let's go. Double lock on these Falcons. Fly. What about a little Falcon parlay with Bowling Green and Air Force?
Big dogs need a win.
Love it. Shout out to Mitchell in the chat who loves the Rams, and they are playing better. I will say that. Baylor. It's in Provo at the Super Soaker. I almost feel like this is too easy. I know you do because you have a vendetta against BYU, which I understand. But
Baylor's been out there.
Baylor's has injuries though, man. Roach might not play. Love might not play. Those are kind of big players to fucking be questionable.
Colby gives who is it, Cisse or no, Kalkbrenner a lot of shit for not being healthy. Langston Love is
Oh
never
my
healthy.
God. No. No. You know who he is? What's my big man from Oregon? That's gone. He tried to get a seventh
and
year.
Fale Dante.
Oh my God. And Fale Dante. And Fale fucking Dante. He's injured somewhere in life right now. Right? He does a Jaeger bomb and he's injured. I'll take BYU. No bet. The line's a little stinky to me.
It's just like Tech all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, but like with Baylor, if you're telling me Roach and Love aren't playing, I love BYU.
I don't think they're both not going to play.
I will say too, these last 2 games that Roach hasn't played, Edgecombe's been outstanding.
Yeah.
So
I think the line is telling you that one of them is going to play, or it would be like 5 or 6, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I tend to think so too, but I don't know. This arena, once students are back in, which they are, this fucking place is lit.
It is.
I'll take BYU. I might bet this. I don't know. I just feel like it reeks a little bit. You gonna bet Baylor?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Scott Drew against the NBA guy all day.
Moneyline Mac, lock it up. Baylor plus 3.5.
Stay out there. Use the elevation.
There we go. Next up, I will lock this. Has this moved? Nope. It stays solid. I normally never like Buzz Williams as a pretty much a favorite of pretty much anything above 6. But right here, I do. I will take A&M minus 7.5. Lock it up. I think Oklahoma is a counterfeit team. And I think just because they barely eked out a road win against the worst team in the SEC, the way A&M lost the other day to a rival, they need a strong performance in front of their home crowd. Because let me tell you, Buzz, you've done great things with this program, but they ain't going to be happy. The boosters are not going to be happy with a 23-point blown lead in the second half against Texas. So this is a showcase spot. Mac, what are you doing here?
You know, I had A&M when they won at Norman. I'm going to take a stab at Oklahoma here. I think this line's too big. I don't trust Buzz as a big favorite. They're too fucking
I normally never do.
Yeah.
But I think this is the perfect fucking storm.
We'll do another battle. Give me Boomer Sooner. Come on, Porter. He's fighting for his job too.
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
Well, I mean, I was coming into the show with a fringe lock on Texas A&M. Colby was confident in Buzz, so I jumped in, and then Mac wants to take Oklahoma. The matchup that I love here, first off, the cocktail napkin has it at 9.5. It was 7 earlier in the day, so I wrote it down as a fringe. But Texas A&M defensive rebounding, second best in the conference, third best offensively in the conference. Oklahoma, 15th offensively, 11th in the SEC defensively. I think that's a huge matchup. That's what Texas A&M hangs their hat on. They are very aggressive on the glass. I think they steal quite a few possessions here against Oklahoma, who doesn't play at a quick tempo. So I think when you're baking in a slower tempoed game with the Sooners and A&M stealing possessions, I think they have a shot to cover this number pretty easily.
Are you locking it with me?
Yeah, I'll go.
We got a battle. Bieniek, Dundee on A&M. Mac on the Sooners. Hey, I'm on VSiN right now. It's kind of a trip. Check out VSiN if you get bored of this show. If you get bored of my stupid face, check out VSiN right now. Arizona State's in Boulder. What did we say earlier? They have Arizona on deck, and the team quit the other day.
Look out, just watch him go down to Buffalo. Oh no, it's a guy out of Buffalo.
Give me the Buffs. What are you doing here, Mac? Are you surprised at this number? I think the number's telling you the Buffs are getting this done.
I mean, they're so winless. Come on, Colorado. This is the one you pop up. Arizona State's so up and down. Yeah, let's fade Arizona State, then take them on Saturday. Lock up the Buffs.
Look out, just watch him go down to Buffalo. Oh no, it's a guy on a Buffalo.
All right. Next up, we are going to the home. The home of elite college basketball, the Peterson Event Center. Pitt is laying 3.5. I know the easy response will be Carolina has Duke on deck. But I think Hubert Davis is feeling a little bit of heat after that Boston College game, even though they won. I will lock up Carolina plus 3.5. What are you doing here?
Chad loves Pitt. Have you guys watched Pitt recently? This is Pitt in a big game. They have completely shit themselves in these spots at home over the last couple of years. Give me Carolina. They beat them again at Pitt. Let's go. Knock them on the wrong side of the bubble. Let's go, Carolina. Let's go.
Lock?
Tar Heels. Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Double lock on the Tar Heels in North Carolina. Hey, glad to see Kenan Memorial Stadium. Belichick's getting it back to grass. Get rid of that bullshit. Who knew Bill Belichick actually cares? See, he cares about player safety. If all these fucking leagues were smart, they would go back to natural grass because that 40% higher injury rate on turf. But hey, let's build every stadium into a fucking dome because we care about player safety. Next up,
I'm gonna jump in here and throw a late lock on Pitt.
Woo!
Jeff Capel's the Duke guy. He's 4-1 straight up against North Carolina.
Brother went to Carolina. Wait, what?
He's a Duke guy. I'll take Pitt here.
They
This
lost
is going to be
both teams last year to fucking Carolina. What stat are you fucking looking at?
I just looked at it.
It's that Pitt phony stats over there.
Oh, I didn't even pull the ACC tournament. Okay,
Yeah.
so 4-2 in their last 6 straight up against the Tar Heels here. Yeah, Pitt home crowd. I mean, I think this is their biggest home game of the year. So Oakland Zoo, baby.
We got a battle in Pittsburgh. Phoenix on Pitt. Mac Dundee on the Tar Heels.
I don't think Pitt's covered since that Ohio State game, and everybody in the chat fucking declared them national champs.
Next up, Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck.
Oof.
Heading into South Bend, Notre Dame laying 8.5. I'm gonna lay it. No bet. Don't bet this game.
Isn't Georgia Tech an auto fade on the road?
Yeah.
Notre Dame fringe lock. Check the picks page. I think they'll win by 20.
Cincinnati's in Salt Lake City. They've been on Utah for a long time.
Got to get a win here.
I think they do. Utah's laying 1.5. Give me the Bearcats. I can be talked into a lock, Mac. You're the Big 12 specialist. Is this the right side here?
I think so, man.
They
Cincinnati's
won at
good.
Colorado. They could win at Utah.
Yeah, and they've been out there. They're acclimated with the gym. Maybe they make a couple shots. They're more athletic. They're bigger. They should beat Utah. They got to have this game. If you lose this one, man.
Let's go.
Bubble's bad. Wrong side of bubble.
Double lock on these Bearcats. All right. I am locking up this. You know, everyone talks about Bethune being my team. My real team is San Jose State because me and Tim Miles, fast friends at media days. Reese Waters still out for the Aztecs. They're coming off the Nevada win. This is like, I mean, I've said this a million times on the show, so forgive me for sounding like a fucking record here, but San Diego State doesn't score a shit ton of points.
Yep.
Do I think they're a better offensive team than they've been in some time? But I think San Jose State has some guys. I am locking up San Jose State plus 14.5. And Mac, is it worth just a little bit of a sprinkle? Plus 750. I mean, I feel like if it was in San Jose, I would feel a lot better.
San Diego always finds a way to win ugly, though. So I'm just going to take the points. I love getting the points here. Let's go.
Yeah, double lock. This one stood out to me. Let's go. Mojo says my NHL team has to beat a fucking San Jose Sharks. The only problem is they're not in New York City, so you say the San Jose Sharks. Love the Sharks. No, I mean, I Sharks always had a cool ass logo. I respect someone had left me this comment somewhere. I don't know if it was on iTunes or in my DMs.
Colby's a Canes fan now. Moved out the
Nah, not really. I might go to some games. Caps. I like the Caps.
They made a fucking blockbuster of a trade last week, so they're pushing all their chips in this year.
There we go. This fucking Bieniek guy staying up to date on his National Hockey League. No, I was saying that someone said I've never heard someone talk more about logos. I fully believe I've said this before here that you are what, like, you got to look good. You know what I mean? Like, what does Deion say? You look good, you play good, they pay good, right? No, logos are a big deal to me. Like, I understand the classics. I love the classics too. Like, uniform wise, like, I still think Penn State's whites are incredible, but like, logos are a big deal. San Jose Sharks always had a good logo, in my opinion. So they did it right. Mac, where you at with logos? You pay attention. Like, when I was a kid, that's how I decided. I was a Redskin fan, but like, I decided certain things based off of like the logo. I like the way it looks.
Yeah, when I was like a 5-year-old, I would pick my bracket based off the logo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're saying that you got past the logos. Yeah. I am saying that shit still matters.
I do like the logos.
Yeah.
The Redskins.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. What happens? Yeah, I was about to use that against you if you thought you were past logos. I was like, well, what do you think of these C words that I can't say on this show? Yeah, but
women are probably like, what did they talk about? The C word. No, the other C word.
The San Jose Sharks, when I they were an expansion team, I don't know how 30 years ago, whatever. I always thought that was a good logo. It was a good rebrand. Some of these other ones, weak. Some of these expansion teams are phoning it in. Like Carolina Panthers, to me, phoned it in. Phoned it in. When they came, they're just like, oh, we're gonna be the Panthers. Anyway, next up, we got a big one here. I'm gonna lock this game up because Oregon State stormed the court on Gonzaga not that long ago. I will lock up Gonzaga to do a tinkle on Wayne Tinkle. Play the 13.5 at home against these Beavs. Mac?
Yeah, I think this is going to be an ambush. I mean, the line just 2 weeks ago was 9.5 in Corvallis. Now it's only 13.5. Gonzaga finally drilled somebody last game. I think that they're going to get on a roll here like they always do around February. Zags by 30, 20, whatever.
Yeah. Double lock. Bieniek, you with us?
You guys are going to zag. I'm going to zig. I like Oregon State here. I've liked them pretty much 75-80% of the year. I've bet them a lot, and they've been one of my cash cows. Cocktail Napkin makes them as a 9.5 point dog in this one. And I think that's the perfect reason for the Cocktail Napkin. Gonzaga being a very public team, a lot of people are going to be like, they haven't really played well. Revenge angle. I think there's a little bit of value on the Beavers here. So They've already played them once very, very well. They've got confidence going up against the Zags. I'll take Oregon State.
We got a battle at the kennel. Mac, Dundee of the Zags. Bieniek of the Bees. Let's go. Kelly, no, I wasn't saying. I know the Carolina are the Hurricane, but the Carolina Panthers were an expansion team right around the same time as the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks were completely original to me, where the Carolina Panthers were just kind of like, we're going to be silver and blue and just try to be like a lot of other teams out there, whether it was pro or college. They phoned it into me. It was cheap. It was disrespectful. I'm the type of guy though that I miss record stores, because I would go to the record store and actually look at the records and see like which one has the cool logo, like the cool. I miss that feeling of finding the record, looking at the logo and being like, "What the fuck is this? I want to listen
The
to
album
this."
art.
Yes. And now you don't do that. You just fucking piss in the wind. The youth will never understand what I'm talking about. That's why we drink whiskey. Best bets, guys. Let's go. Bieniek, you seem to be awful prepared for this.
All right. Eastern Michigan plus 11. Plenty of value on the point shaving Eagles over there, as they are no longer point shaving. Double digits is crazy. 2, I'll go Morehead State minus 6.5 off the loss to SIUE. They go back home. They're playing Southern Indiana. I trust Morehead State as the best team in the OVC, and I think they get a win there by more than 2.5 possessions there. And then third bet, I like Louisville minus 7.5. Cocktail Napkin loves this one. They've got it at Napkin's got it at 11. I just think that Louisville has been the more consistent team than Wake Forest throughout the season. Wake on the road, a little questionable. So, plus you get a former player from Louisville who created a little drama coming back to the building. I'll fade it. Give me the cards.
All right, there we go. I'm going to start with the Johnnies. I think the Johnnies are going to win that game 48 hours after an emotional game. Young team against, sorry, Dan Hurley, against the best coach in the sport. I will lay the 4.5 with the Johnnies. Aside from that, I will then jump on over to, well, it would be nice if, let's go with the Dayton Flyers against St. Bonaventure. I think it's just a styles situation here. The Bonnies are a soft team, finesse team. Dayton will lock you down. Dayton gets that dub. And the third one to me is the Texas A&M Aggies. It's all about the situation in this one. So Aggie up, or whatever the gig 'em, they say, whatever the fuck they say in their overalls. Mac, what are you doing here?
Gonzaga's number 1. North Carolina number 2. Butler number 3. And
We're supposed to do 4. Should I do 4?
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
add a 4.
Oh, all right. Well,
Air Force will be my 4th.
Yeah, UCF number 4.
All
Oregon
right, there we
State's
go.
my 4.
There we go, folks. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Check out the college baseball experience. Got the ACC preview out there. Got the SEC preview out there. My ECU Pirates are taking on George Mason on February 14th. That's when the opening day is for all you heartbreakers out there. Check out the college baseball experience and check out Moneyline Mac on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Check out the Ryan and Rush show, and also check out the pregame show for college basketball tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Check it all out. See, I actually remember the fucking times today.
There you go.
See that? I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. Mississippi Valley State 4-3 on my locks. Fuck you.
It's part of your title now.
It is part of my title, and I don't give a shit if you follow me or not. But I'm doing shtick at the Colby D. Tell me how much you hate me. I appreciate it. At the Colby D. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, at the College Experience on Twitter is at TCE on SGPN. I can't fucking talk right now. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Excited about the slate tomorrow. Today was a lot of fun for us. A shitty. We thought this was kind of a shitty slate. It was a good amount of good games today. Felt good watching all these games. Yeah. Till next time. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are. Where the fuck is this song? Out of here. Yeah, just go with Old Faithful.
Yeah.
Rockin' at first was hell without vodka. I pop up in spots, they screaming, you clockwork. I'm dilated, but fuck off, I ain't doing it. Before weatherman dropped, they thought I might have ruined it. Elusive, I just deny rumors. Smile and give punchlines with dry humor. See what the future brings. In 03, I got on MTV. Time is bug, that's the message I'm sending them. Sign with Slug and survive beef with Eminem. I mention different events in my sentences. It's dangerous to reminisce or remember it. Still it's evidence, check 1, 2, 1, 2. Less punches and spit what I've been through. I stayed here, got booed, but kept rapping. The same year got sued by Kurt Natman. Just ahead of my time. I know I'm out of my mind. Look, I know where I come from and know who I started with, but trying to split a check 8 ways, that's the hardest shit. And I ain't starving shit. I had to get my own. So I ain't trying to hear that bullshit you on. Like you love my brothers, my crew more than I do. Anytime I make a change, I gotta run it by you. I wish I would give a fuck. I was broke in the hood on the porch and some chucks. The first one saying Mid-City on these records. And make the world respect it. Cloverdale, 1300 block moving. Sunshine bomb bitches, that's how we do it. What you doing, man? You shoveling snow. Throwing coke up your nose. You in love with the blow. Oops. Think I'm dissing my own crew. But I love the living legends. I was talking about you. I know I'm out of my mind.